He had been the constant, the boy who followed me through childhood, who held my hand at our engagement ceremony when we were 16, who looked at me like I was the only fixed point in his universe. And now this. Ruby's hand landed on my shoulder, warm and solid. Marie. Talk to me. I looked up at her earnest face, her tangled hair, her pajamas with the cartoon cats on them. In my previous life, Ruby had been one of the witnesses at Aria's trial. She had testified about the knife, about the 37 stab wounds, about the way Aria had laughed while she did it. Ruby had cried on the stand. She had told the judge that I had only ever tried to help. Now she was here, in this life, still trying to help. Carter called, I said. My voice sounded strange to my own ears. Flat. Hollow. He asked me to drop the charges against Aria. He offered to buy me new things. Ruby's hand tightened on my shoulder. What? But you two are engaged, I finished. Yes. Camila sat up in her bed, her face pale in the dim light filtering through the curtains. Marie, you don't actually think the baby is his, do you? I mean, he seemed genuinely confused when Aria called him husband. He pulled her out of the car. He left her on the ground. Then why would he call me to ask for leniency? My voice cracked. Why would he care what happens to her? Neither of them had an answer. I lay back on my bed, staring at the ceiling. The water stain in the corner looked like a map of a country I'd never visit. Somewhere in this city, Aria was with whoever had put that child in her belly. And somewhere else, Carter was sleeping, or not sleeping, having chosen to protect a stranger over the woman he claimed to love. Unless she wasn't a stranger. Unless everything he had said tonight was a lie. Once a man cheats, he'll keep doing it. That's what I had told myself when I blocked his number. But was it cheating if he had never actually been mine? Our engagement was arranged. Our feelings, whatever they were, had grown in the spaces between obligation and convenience. Maybe he had always been looking for something else. Maybe I had just been too blind to see it. I pulled the blanket over my head and tried to sleep. Part 11. Aria returned to the dorm at dawn. I heard her before I saw her. The click of heels on the corridor floor, the jingle of keys, the smell of cigarette smoke that clung to her clothes like a second skin. She pushed the door open without bothering to be quiet, letting it slam against the wall. Ruby groaned. Camila pulled her pillow over her head. Aria stood in the middle of the room, her silhouette framed by the gray light coming through the window. She was smiling. I could hear it in her voice when she spoke. Good news.